right, race fans. Welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans. Welcome to Hot Atlanta. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series visits Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight for a 100-lap race, and it's the finale, the season finale. And we've got a two-horse race. It's Atlanta, baby. This is a fun track, a lot of room to race here, a couple grooves, and high speed. Who's going to take home the championship? Who's going to take home the victory? Well, you're going to have to find out by watching live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, we got a big field here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hot Atlanta on a Friday night. No, it's not Saturday, it's Friday. 100-lap race here, hitting you in the face. Thanks for coming in. Let's get this bad boy started. All right, hey, thank you for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. We got a good one here for you tonight, man. Atlanta Motor Speedway, very fun track. Right now, we've got a big turnout here. Got about 10 minutes in the practice session. We had a little bit of issues there, sort of getting things going, but we're getting things going now. So again, thanks for coming in tonight, and good racing in store for you. I want to thank you for coming in here to TurnLeftTV and joining me tonight for tonight's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Peace to everybody out there. All my buddies, thanks for being patient tonight, man. It's been a long week, busy week. Holy Toledo. But it is the weekend. Where's the beer? Where is the beer? Bring it on. We got some racing, we got some beer, we got some chewing gum. I'm ready to go. Again, thanks for coming in. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. It is, where is it? It is right there. Right there. I've moved my deal. So, also, if you'd like to get updates when we have races going live there, hit that little bell there. Smash the bell. And then again, thanks for coming in. Please hit the thumbs up button, man. I really love that when people do that. And then you can share my videos with all your friends. Anywhere you can share YouTube videos. And please go down in the description of this race and follow that those links over to the Fanatec website and help me out there as well. Thanks to all those folks who do. So if you're interested in purchasing some racing equipment, please give those guys a look. And if you decide on Fanatec, you can always use my link. We got a good one for you tonight here at Atlanta. Take a look at the track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just a little over a mile and a half in length. Mike Schreiner did a great job of building this track. Really a fun one. And then banking in the turns at 24 degrees through the straights at 5 degrees. A little room to race here. And it should be a fun one, man. You got to have some, a couple grooves there. You can race in that high groove, race in the low groove. This should be, this might come down to the last turn. Again tonight to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm your broadcaster, commentator, Heath Johnson. And thanks for being patient with us tonight. We're running a little bit behind. We've got about 6.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. We've got a 100-lap race here tonight, the final race of the season. And we got a huge, huge turnout here. Looks like we have 19 drivers joining us. A lot of people like Atlanta. Very fun race. Hopefully, guys are going to exercise a little bit of extra caution here tonight to keep this thing going green. I want to say, kind of get an idea what here the season results are, the point standings so far coming into tonight. You see a 2-point battle there. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the points leader coming into tonight, just a 2-point lead over Colin Madiak. That's why I say this can come down to the last lap here between the two of these guys. Arthur Vieta sets in the 3rd position, Sean Jacobs 4th. Lucas Simpner comes in tonight in the 5th position. See, Givaldo Spindola had a great season here so far. He's in 6th. Todd Robillard 7th. Christian Wilson sitting in the 8th position tonight. Jim Willis 9th. And Ed Palomo sits in 10th position coming into tonight's race. What a great season we've had. And come down to the wire here for sure with our 2-horse race coming into tonight. Hey, coming up tomorrow at 1 p.m. practice time, 2:30 p.m. race. That's when we're going to be broadcasting live. It's Hockenheimring in the GT3 Series. What a fun track, man. This is a blast. And expect a big field out for this one. So, very interesting track. I think a lot of guys like this. Located in the Rhine River Valley in Germany. And again, a great one. So coming up tomorrow, it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's Hockenheimring in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Couple minutes left here. We created a poll there in the team YouTube chat, I should say. So who's going to win the championship tonight? Bardelli Jr. or Colin Madiak? Guys are voting on that. Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow night. Some more stock car action in the Cup Series. Michigan International Speedway 90-lap race. It's a race number 8 of 10. And Michigan, always a fun track. Will not disappoint, man. You want to check that one out. come out here and run with us tomorrow. We'd love to have you. The keys to tonight's race. Oh my God, you got to own the groove, man. Whatever groove you choose, you got to own the groove. I think the high line will work, definitely in play, but you can make some passes there on the low line. I think it's a little tougher on the low line, but definitely can be had. Fuel management, man. This thing, we had some tire or a fuel mileage race last week at Indy, and this week could come down to fuel strategy as well. So. Often does, man. So pitting could be a premium here, but we got a lot of drivers out here tonight. We got 19 drivers, so we might have a few caution flags. I'm hoping. Don't overdrive the track. You want to save your tires, man. You cannot overdrive this thing because it will reach out and bite you. And then pit stop guru. That means you got to be the wizard coming on to on and off pit lane, man. Do not speed. Easy, easy, easy. To speed on pit lane. So those are my keys to the race. Peace to everybody out there, and good luck to all the drivers here tonight. So ending qualification session. I don't know, man. It sounds like it's somebody's birthday here tonight. Sounds like it's somebody's birthday. Let's look at that poll. Oh no, it's not showing the poll there. Somebody's birthday tonight. Oh wait a minute. Is it Claudio Bardelli Jr.? What is he? 29 again? How many times can you be 29, man? I mean, come on. Hey, what is it? Feliz Aniversario. Claudio Bardelli Jr., mi amigo. Boa sorte. So we're in the qualification session now. So who's going to win the championship? Come on in. We've had 11 votes here. 3 minutes left in the vote. Who's going to win the championship? It's going to be Bardelli Jr. or Colin Madiak tonight. Be kind of curious to see how that works out. 64% for Bardelli Jr. here so far. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you want an rFactor 2 server, we've got 19 drivers on this server, man. Smooth as butter. Come on out and check out EliteHostingUSA.com. No matter where you are in the world, we can actually find you a server in your region that would suit your needs, your league's needs. So perfect for rFactor 2. 3 self-managed server packages available for you to choose from. Don't forget to head on over to highoctaneracing.net and join us over there. Get screenshots, updates on schedules, the current times the guys are running throughout the week. So you get to see kind of where you are if you're interested in racing with us. Quick link to TurnLeftTV, of course. And past champions as well. So come on out and join us here at highoctaneracing.net. Love to have you. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola right now as he does his qualification attempt. Right now, Tim Lansbury, the top time, 29.378. Spindle in his first lap there. Now shown 11th on the grid. Target time 29.274. Vieira now to the top of the grid. Take a look at Tony Furtado in his first race out, man. This guy goes way back at HORL, man. Known Tony Furtado for, 15 years, close to 20 years, to be honest with you. Tony's been around a long time. Take a little break there from racing, but getting back into it, and he has now got the bug. Right now has the 12th fastest time here, so looking good here for Tony. Tony's won a lot of races here, so going to take him a little bit of time to get used to this sim, but excited to see Tony Furtado out here. We'll take a look at Preston Hassels. He's finished up his qualification attempt. He is currently 8th on the grid. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the points leader coming into tonight's race, the 91 car. Leticia Rodriguez says, hello people, let's go, Claudio Bardelli Jr. So he's got some fans in here. 29.352, third on the grid for Claudio Bardelli Jr. The 9X car there, Thiago Gomez, finishing up his qualification attempt. Sorry. Looks like qualifications are over. We got about 4 minutes left here. All right, qualifications are over. Thank you for hanging out here. We'll take care of a few things there. Paulo Chachalowski joining us in the chat there. Also, Ricky Emerson joining us in the chat there. So we're good to see those guys. Jim Willis says, happy birthday, CBJ. Paul Brown also joining us in here. Wish Claudio Bardelli Jr. a happy birthday and good luck in the championship. Well, who got the win last week here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Man, this was a great race there, unless you ask Jim Willis. He ran out of gas on the last lap, man. He really gave it a gallant effort. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. came around Jim Willis, and he had to hold off the charge by the 13 car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets a huge win at Indy. But look at this, man. Coming off the final turn, Colin Madiak was on the move, and it came down to less than 0.03 of a second. Look at this, man, this finish here. Oh, just tried that move just a little bit too late right there. But Bardelli Jr. gets a big win at Indy. What a great track to hang on your mantle there, huh? So congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. And again, coming into tonight with a 2-point lead over Colin Madiak. Take a look at the session results here. I don't think it's going to show up for us, unfortunately. We'll see. Nope, not one to qualify. Not one to show us. Maybe because qualification's still going on. How about that? That's I should probably know how to run this stuff. Don't forget the GT3 series headed your way tomorrow. This is a very fun series, man. I'll tell you, a lot of guys from the Euro area, also the Russia as well. So over in the Asian theater as well, and then Brazilian or South American, and the United States and Canada. So there's a really good mix of drivers that come out here. Hockenheimring, it should be a fun one. A little difficult track here. I've got a couple really sharp right-handers, but should be a fun one. 15-minute race. It'll be live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, here's the qualification results. There we go. Arjun qualifies in P1, Colin Madiak P2, Ed Palumbo inside row 2, Claudio Bardelli Jr. outside row 2. Dan Richter, good to see him out at 6X car, qualifies in 5th. Sean Jacobs 6th. Tim Lansbury qualifies in the 7th position. Todd Robillard qualifies 8th. Jim Willis qualifies in the 9th position. Tiago Gomez qualifies in 10th. Preston Hassel will start in the 11th position. Jair Oliveira in the 17 car will start 12th. Chris Hughes starts in the 13th position. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 qualifies 14th. Tony Furtado, his first race out, qualifies in 15th. Gilmar Peixoto in the 3X car qualifies in the 16th position. Christian Wilson qualifies in the 7th position. Steve Cunningham coming in as Captain 86. Qualifies in 18th, and Luca Simpner qualifies in the 19th position. Wish I could show you the results. We have 12 votes here so far. 33% for Mattiak to win the championship. 67% for Claudio Bardelli Jr. 12 votes. We've got about 3.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. All right, boys and girls, it is that time. Here we go. 20 drivers joining us now here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Drivers here at Atlanta. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It's going to be a wild one, man. 2-horse race here for the championship tonight. 100 laps here at Atlanta with a big field. Man, you get back in the sauce, so to speak. Things going to be a little troublesome.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, the starting order here tonight. Artiviero starts in P1. Kalamadiak second. Ed Palumbo starts in the 3rd position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in 4th. Starting in the 5th position is Dan Richter in the 6X car. Sean Jacobs starts in 6th. Tim Lansbury starts 7th. Todd Robillard starts in the 8th position. Starting in 9th will be Jim Willis in the 53. Thiago Gomez in the 9X starts in the 10th position. Preston Hassel starts 11th. And Jair Leveda will start in the 12th spot. Starting in the 13th spot is Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Javola Spindle in the 68 starts 14th. Tony Furtado in the 1X starts in the 15th position. Gilmar Peixoto starts in 16th. Starting in the 17th position will be Christian Wilson in the 30 car. Captain 86. Steve Cunningham starts in 18th. Lucas Simpner will start 19th in the 21 car. And Paul Brown starts in the 20th position. All right, here we go, man. I'll tell you what, it looks like we got another lap here. That's good. Artavia there on the inside, pole sitter. You know he is going to be a force to be reckoned with here tonight. Kalamadiak, second in points coming into tonight, just 2 points behind. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts outside row 1. Palumbo starts in the 3rd position, that 54 car. Bardelli Jr. starts in 4th. So those 2 championship runners right there on that outside line right there by each other. So keep their 13 and the 91 on your radar. Lights are out on the pace car. 20 drivers here joining us at Atlanta. Good turnout here for the High Octane Racing League final event of the season. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace car is off. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
So Artavia there, the race leader. Ed Palumbo in second. See Bardelli Jr. already gotten around Kalamadiak. Now in the second position. So a couple of those Brazilian guys working together here tonight. Ed Palumbo running in that third position. Take a look at Ed Palumbo here running in P3. As Bardelli Jr. just ahead of him in the second position. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in the 24 car. So some guys climbing up the track there a little bit, look like. Peugeot in the 3X car. He is flirting around with that wall right now. We got to watch him. It's like a 77. Paul Brown trying to get by Peugeot up into the wall again. Smacking the wall there, so a lot of damage for that machine. But Paul Brown getting through on board here with Gilmar Peugeot, and you see, oh, we got a yellow up there. Got a yellow. And looks like Spindola in the wall. 68 car around. So first yellow flag here. Guys starting to get a little bit comfortable. Furtado there in the 1X car, he might have been involved in this as well. Let's see what happened here. Take a look here. Here's Givaldo in the 68. The 1X car might have touched the apron there a little bit and got up into the back of the 68 car. And then those guys coming around. Looks like the 7 get caught up in that as well. And you see Tony Furtado in the 1X car. His first race out. A little bit of a learning curve there with this sim. Go on board here with Tony Furtado, and he just gets down to the apron a little bit, comes up and gets into that 68 car, and then those guys getting into the wall. And it looks like the 7 car trying to get through. He's going to get involved in this too. On board here with Givaldo Spindola. He's just going to get tagged there in that left rear quarter panel, kind of spins him around, and see that 7 car gets ate up into that as well. So first caution flag, everything looking pretty good there. Just a little bit of touch in the apron coming up the track. And brings out our first caution flag. Artavia, the race leader. You see the 91, Bardelli Jr. is in second, Palumbo third, Madiak fourth, Dan Richter in fifth, Tim Lansbury sixth. Jim Willis 7th, Sean Jacobs 8th. Todd Rublard is in the 9th position. Preston Hassel is in 10th. Don't forget, we got the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series headed your way tomorrow. Hockenheim Ring. The GP configuration. Very fun track, and the GT3 car is going to tackle that track. And that's coming up at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here live on TurnLeftTV. Looks like Vieira, Bardelli Jr., Madiak. Looks like Dan Richter all coming down pit lane. 53, Jim Willis coming down pit lane as well. So we got a fair number of guys making pit stops here. On board here with Vieira as he enters his pit lane. You know, I like this view here. We get an idea of a little battle there coming off pit lane. You see Vieira winning that battle. 54, Ed Palumbo, the race leader. At 82, Tim Lansbury has that car in the second position. Lucas Sinfeder is third. Jair Leveda fourth. Tony Furtado in the 1X car making his pit stop. We'll start at the tail end of the field. High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Michigan International Speedway. Man, that is a fun track, man. This is going to be good 2-3 wide racing at this track. 90 laps in the Saturday Night Thunder Open Setup Series. 1X tires, 1X fuel. Cup cars, 60% damage. And that's coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget, this race is being brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2 if you want one of 3 self-managed server packages for your league. You can contact EliteHostingUSA.com. No matter where you are in the world, can supply you with an rFactor 2 server in your region. Be kind of curious to see what Ed Palumbo does here as far as lane choice is concerned. We are getting another pit stop there. Jair Leveda coming down pit lane. Getting the one to go here, and it looks like Ed Palumbo is elected to go down to that bottom line there, so it's going to put Tim Lansbury up in the high line. So definitely worried a little bit about the, we got some new drivers out tonight. Love the fact we got some new drivers. We've got a huge field here tonight with 20 drivers. And this track right here just oozes aggressiveness. So those things can, in my experience, be something that might be a little concerning. Okay, so we'll hope for the best here. Guys, exercise a little bit of patience. Let this field string out here a little bit and start racing. Bunching the field up here, and can bring out some more caution flags. You see Thiago Gomez in the 9X machine. He's in the 4th position. Paul Brown is in 5th. Octane now in the 5th position after making a pit stop. Ordelli Jr. back to the 7th. Always a worry there. You go down pit lane and give up some track position. That it could you could get up in caught up in somebody else's mess. Ed Palumbo in the mellow yellow number 54 car will lead the field here to take the green flag. Pace car is off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. Sinfeder giving Ed a little bit of a aero push. Pushing that column of air behind the 54 car. 77 getting by Tim Lansbury there on the bottom side. So he's coming down the backstretch now. Take a look at Todd Robillard here. He is in a hornet's nest. 90 car, the 24, 13. See Thiago Gomez in that 9X car up high there. He is, they're about ready to go 3 wide on him. On board here with Todd Robillard. Right now running in the 7th position. Guys there trying to get it figured out. 9X of Thiago Gomez there working that outside line. You see the 4 of Archie Vieira down on the inside just ahead of Todd Robillard. Colin Matiak looked like he wants to flirt around that high line too. Little bit of apron touching right there by the 90 car. 4 car did as well. Freightliner sponsor number 90 of Todd Robillard. Going to find a way to get around Thiago Gomez. Take a look at Jim Willis here in that 53. Him, Preston Hassel getting after it right now. This Black Rifle Coffee Company machine, he has got a traffic jam ahead of him. Look at that, man. Side by side. It's like a Talladega or Daytona as close as these guys are racing right now. Gomez trying to slip that car into that hole there between Jim Willis on board here with him and Sean Jacobs Everybody just hold that line, wait for a good clear hole to move down into or up into, depending on what your poison is. Looking out of the back of Jim Willis's machine, you see Preston Hassel right there. Thiago Gomez looking on the bottom line there in that Toyota. Paul Brown here trying to move up. He is kind of in a little bit of a box right now. 21 car just ahead of him. These guys up the outside line. I think that outside line in the long run is going to be the place to be. These guys starting to work that outside line and make some moves. So looks like now we've got a new race leader here, and that is Claudio Bardelli Jr. So the 91 car, Archie Vieira here giving him a little bit of help. But it's a little bit of ease your mind there when you know that you got a friend behind you at a track like this to help you out. And we can say also with 54, Ed Palumbo and the 90 car of Don Robillard, those guys going to be working together a little bit. Oh, Palumbo drifting high.
Yellow.
Got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag. It looks like Archie Vieira in the 17 coming around. So this is what we were talking about here, man. We can't have these every 5 or 6 laps. Caution flags. Take a look and see what happened here. Marco Vieira in the 17 car. Looks like he might have drifted up there into the 68. It was a hard lick there for the 17. The 68 car up high. And then that 17 drifting up the track and getting into the 68 car right there. And then, man, hard look into the wall there for the 17. Just lost the back end of that car, man. Just started chasing it up the track. Going on board here with him. Watch, he's going to chase this car up the track there a little bit, right there, and just gets into the 68 car. On board here with Givaldo. Right there, the 17 just comes up there and gets into him. On board here with Jim Willis is all happened there behind him. Gilmar Peixoto from his point of view. You see right there that 17 getting up into the 68 car. And those guys, looks like Givaldo might have fared better on that one. See the 91 coming down pit lane, the 4 car coming down pit lane. A lot of guys on pit lane here taking some service. I think a couple of guys might have been flirting around there with the wall and might have got a little bit of damage to dealing with. Bardelli Jr. tucking into his pit lane. Vieira also on pit lane here. And again, we take a look at the race off pit lane. These guys. Colin Matiak there, maybe a 2-tire stop for him. He gets out ahead, and good race there between Jim Willis and Bardelli Jr. So good battles there off pit lane. Tony Furtado, Givaldo Spindola coming down pit lane there. Good to see Tony, man. I tell you what, he really does go back a long way at HORL, and kind of been kind of a leave of absence, so to speak. Kind of life gets a hold of you sometimes, and send him a message once in a while. Just encourage him. Hey, whenever you're ready, come on back and race with us. And but I tell you what, he finally took the bait. And here he is. So good to see Tony out. And, going to be a little bit of a learning curve for him.
Pit road will be open this time.
Getting back into a new sim.
It'll be one to go this time by.
So we're getting the one to go there. Looks like Colin Madiak will start on the inside line here, and Jim Willis in the 53 starts on the outside line. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 starts in third. Paul Brown starts fourth. Artie Vieta fifth. Andrew Ballard is in sixth. Well, here we go, getting ready to go back green this time by. '13 car where he wants to be, and that is out front. 53, Jim Willis comes in early, gets a lot of laps in, and tell you what, man, he's been in the hunt for a race win this season. So you're going to be able to get one here tonight. Oh, man, that's going to be a little tight right there. 53, I think, trying to get into that 13's head. Here we go, back to green. 53 on the horse, man. Look at that. Got a good jump there for the 53 car. 13 fighting back on the inside. '91, Bardelli Jr., he wants to get that car back up front. Down below there, 53, Jim Willis up on that outside, man. I'll tell you what, he is trying to figure out where he can get back down to the inside, back down low, and Artie Vieta there below him. So good tight battle there. Forward car going to get by. 77, Paul Brown going to try to get by as well. Good racing there. Preston Hassel trying to get by. He's working that outside line, gets by Thiago Gomez. He's following Tim Lansbury. So 27 car now up to the 12th position. Tim Lansbury in 11th. Take a look at 53 here, trying to fight back. Looking on the low side of this 4 car. He said, hey, man, you got me on the low side. I'm going to see if I can't get you back. 4 car giving him a little bit of room there. 53. Oh, man, that is tight. That is tight. 77 going to the high line. He's racing the 53. He's going to use that high line to get around. Lucas Symphony might have gotten into the wall. I think Lucas Symphony might have made some contact with that outside wall in that 21 car, that Flex Seal sponsored Mustang. Sean Jacobs in the 24 looking on the low side. Seems like that outside line, man, is the best place to be right now. 21 of Lucas Symphony. Definitely got to keep him in your on your radar for winning this race. Luca losing that outside line. He likes to run this outside line, man. Gutsy move. A lot of tracks here where guys don't typically run the outside line. You'll see Luca up there flirting around there with a wall. He makes that pass on Colin Madiak. Luca now up to the 5th position. Colin Madiak back to 6th in the 13 car. Take a look at the 7, Chris Hughes and Tony Furtado here battling it out. Put Tony Furtado in that 1X car. Chris Hughes in the 7 car battling it out. Tony down on that inside. And again, trial by fire here for those guys. Tony Furtado, his first race out, he is in the mix right now. On board here with him as he's running behind Preston Hassel. Actually, this is Chris Hughes running behind Preston Hassel. Chris Hughes showing a lot of talent here, man, since coming out to HORL. This 7 car looking pretty solid here tonight. Running in the 13th position, now in 12th. Tell you what, man, Claudio Bardelli Jr. still pacing the field there. A little bit of help from Archie Vieira. Paul Brown in the 77 is in 3rd. Todd Robillard in the 4th spot. Take a look at Todd Robillard in this 90 car. Running in P4. Look at this, the 13 and the 21 getting after it. 13, Colin Madiak using that outside line. The 54, Ed Palumbo, and that Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Those guys got a little bit of a rivalry going on, man. The 13 and the 54, but it looks like that 54 will use this outside line and get around Lucas Symphony. Colin Madiak continuing to try to recover there. He fell back just a little bit. Now running in the 5th position. Ed Palumbo now 6th. Madiak there flirting around with the wall a little bit. 54 up high. Trying to figure out which way he wants to go. Take a look at Ed Palumbo in that 54 car. This guy's got a lot of wins under his belt, man. A lot of championships. This guy's been around the block a few times. '21 car just behind him. 21 there looking on that outside line. Little Camaro versus Mustang. That is P6, P7. How about Dan Richter here in the 6X car? In the 82, Tim Lansbury, also 24, Sean Jacobs there running close together. Jim Willis back there as well. Jim back in the 11th position. Dan Richter in the 6X. He sent me a message earlier this week and said, hey, man, I need to know how to get some colored rims on a car. So he's going to be painting up a scheme, and I think he might be a regular player here in the Xfinity Series. That's going to really be a game changer, man. This guy's got a lot of talent. He's won a lot of races, and I'm going to tell you what, that guy is always a threat. '91, Bardelli Jr. continuing to lead the 4 car. In second, 77, Paul Brown starting to look on the low side. Look at that right now out of the back of our race leaders machine at Archie Vieira. See Artavia there, Paul Brown, Todd Robillard here starting to look a little racy there as well. See those guys flirting around on that high side, man. Those are the guys who are starting to walk away from the rest of them, the guys that can run up on their high side. Robillard there starting to look on that low side, though, and see if he can get some help. I think you're going to need some help to really be able to beat this train of cars on the high side. Freightliner sponsor machine, he's going to end up losing a spot right there as Colin Madiak fills that gap. 54, Ed Palumbo, he's going to slip on through. Todd Robillard might end up falling back here at the back of this train. He's trying to give it a gallant effort there on the bottom side. It's the 54, the Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Simpsoner's going to give him some room to get in there. So good solid move for Lucas Simpsoner for the 90 to tuck in. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. He's leading up that second pack there with Dan Richter running in the 9th position. Tim Lansbury is 10th. Preston Hassel running in the, Jim Willis running in the 11th position. So a little 4-car pack right there. These guys trying to close in on that lead group. Ed Palumbo is, I'll tell you what, man, Ed Palumbo is starting to make some moves here. He's got Paul Brown on the inside, and Ed Palumbo going to climb up there behind the whippersnapper. 13, Madiak running in 3rd, Ed Palumbo running in P4. With Tony Furtado and Preston Hassel, man, I'll tell you what, that right there is a battle of the ages. Those guys raced long ago together. Back in the mid-2000s, what were we about, 2005, 2004? These guys mixing it up at HORL back in the old NASCAR Racing 2003 sim. And probably all the way into rFactor 1. Preston Hassel in the 27 car and Tony Furtado out here tonight. How about that, huh? Preston here in the 27 car. This AMD sponsor machine right now running in 12th. We got a battle here for 3rd place. Ed Palumbo on the inside and Archie Vieta up on the outside. This is a good battle here. Vieta fight back on the outside line. Paul Brown and Ed Palumbo trying to get something going on that inside line, and it doesn't look like the inside right now is going to be the place to be there. Christian Wilson in the 30 car coming back out on track after making pit stops. He's now shown 3 laps down. Todd Robillard here now working that outside line, getting around Lucas Simpsoner. Luca down on the bottom line. This guy's swapping position, so a little taste of his own medicine. He's now Luca back to the 7th position. Jair Leveda here in the 17 car after making that coming down pit lane. Now starting in the back here, he's trying to make some moves. He is in the 15th position. A little quiet right now on the radio for the 17 crew. He is laser focused. Jim Willis in the 53. Tim Lansbury hanging on to that thing. Is Jim Willis going to get by? You see Tim Lansbury, man, that thing was sideways. What happened there? Take a look as Tim Lansbury smacks the wall right there, and then, man, he does a great job of hanging on to that Jim Willis. He's probably having to check himself as well. Look at this, man. Battle for the race lead. Look at this. 91 and the 13 battling it out for the race lead. The 13 going to get by and now take the race lead. So Colin Madiak up there in the race lead. Vieta going to get around. We got some guys making pit stops here, I believe. Got some guys making pit stops, I believe. Claudio Bardelli Jr., I believe, is on pit lane. Take a look at our side-by-side view, and Bardelli Jr. coming down pit lane, our points leader. Here on lap 42, making a pit stop. So that leads me to believe some of these other guys are going to have to make pit stops here soon. 24, Sean Jacobs coming down pit lane. Ed Palumbo, the race leader. He's indicating he's coming down pit lane. Take a look at the 91 finishing up his pit stop here. This is where things can get a little hairy here because you got some new drivers out here. You got guys who could probably maybe come in here a little bit too hot and make some mistakes here. We'll see how this shakes out. Green flag pit stops underway. Ed Palumbo indicating he's coming down pit lane. 77, Paul Brown coming down pit lane on the brakes there. 4 cars coming in together, 5 cars, Dan Richter as well. So on board here with Ed Palumbo as he's coming down pit lane. Paul Brown coming back out, indicating he didn't get his pit stall. Something's going on there. He missed his pit stall. So Paul Brown livid right now. His pit crew was not ready for his pit stop. Drove right past. They weren't ready. They weren't out there ready to service that machine. Now he's coming back down pit lane. What a tough break there for the 77. Colin Madiak, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Madiak second in points, 2 points behind Bardelli Jr. Both of them have led some laps. 91 is in second. The 91 finishes in front of the 13. It is all over. Approaching halfway here, 45 laps in. See Paul Brown there finishing up his pit stop. Good battle there. Martin Vieta and Dan Richter, 53. Jim Willis, 24. Sean Jacobs, all tight battle right here. On board Artur Vieta, he's trying to figure out a way to get around these guys. Close back in on those leaders. There's a little bit of gap there with those guys as well. So some of those guys might have made 2 tire stops. As we go back up here and look at our race leaders. Again, a good tight battle. Sean Jacobs kind of leading that little crew right there. Actually, it looks like Paul Brown leading the crew. Now Paul's coming back to, off pit lane for that crew back there. He is now shown in 1 lap down in the 16th position. Good news for him. He's in the lucky dog position. Take a look at Sean Jacobs there in that 24 car running behind the 77 to Paul Brown. Back up here with the race leader, Colin Madiak. He wants to lead the most laps. That's what he wants to do. He wants every point he can get. Bardelli Jr. wants to try to figure out a way to get around Colin Madiak. Those guys battling for a championship. 54, Ed Palumbo in third right now. See Sean Jacobs running in P5. Artur Vieta now in the 6th position. He's looking on the low side, and he makes something happen here. Get around Sean Jacobs. Vieta there trying to get around. They got a little bit of lap traffic, I think, coming up in front of them, so could come into play here as Vieta is down on that low line. He's going to end up, probably not having some room to get back up there if those guys climb up on some lap traffic here pretty soon. We do have somebody coming across the track there. That's Jim Willis. Jim Willis in the 53 coming across the track. This could get ugly here. He gets down out of the way, but looks like Jim Willis slid across the track there, and I don't know whether he was a lap down or what was going on there, but might have had a lap car in the way. So caution flag. Guess who wanted that one? Paul Brown wanted that one. That's for darn sure. Paul Brown going to get the lucky dog. So Paul Brown will be the lucky dog. I believe. So Kyle Madiak, the race leader. Take a look and see what happened here. Jim Willis indicating there might have been some going on there. Oh, he smacks the wall right there. He gets up into the wall, gets into the grass, man. The good thing about that, he doesn't hit anything else. And gets things straightened back up. I mean, guys went around him in a hurry, too. Take a look at Tim Lansbury's view of this. Jim Willis coming back out on track, and wow. That could have been disastrous for Preston Hassel, too. Preston just barely missing Jim Willis there. Jim Willis on the low side. You see right here, as you see Jim Willis up there spinning, and man, Todd Robillard gets through there, and then that could have been disastrous. That could have been disastrous. So we just got up into the wall. Just got up into the wall there, and I think that was the best case scenario for him, considering how many cars were around, the speeds they were turning, and as hard as he hit the wall, and he came across the track there, spun, and that could have been disastrous as guys were trying to filter through. So good green flag run right there, a little past halfway, as Colin Madiak, the leader, and Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in second. So there you go, man. The points battle, 1-2 right now. Don't forget, man, we got a great race coming up for you tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. The GT3 Series HORL style Hockenheim Ring. Great track there, located in the Rhine River Valley of Germany, Eastern Germany. And really a very, very famous track. It should be a blast. 50-minute race in the GT3 Series. And this series has been very, very fun to broadcast. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get some pits going on here. Guys making their pit stops, the leaders. See Ed Palumbo there coming out ahead. Oh, good battle there. Lansbury and Madiak battling it off pit lane. Paul Brown was the lucky dog, so congratulations to him. I don't know why we got that. There we go. So Paul Brown, lucky dog, back on the lead lap. Exactly what he wanted.
Pit road will be open this time.
And keep in mind, we're coming into tonight, Bardelli Jr., Colin Madiak, 2 points separate those two drivers. Sean Archivieta is in third, Sean Jacobs fourth. There's a chance there for that to switch around. Then Luca just 1 point behind Sean in fifth. See Givaldo, Todd, Christian, Jim, and Ed rounding out the top 10. Paul Brown pitting that car after getting the lucky dog, so he'll start at the tail end of the field. And Christian Wilson will get a wave around, so that'll put him back on the lead lap. A smart move there for Christian Wilson. A little bit of a shenanigans on pit road there to start the race, and he had to, not sure what happened there, but had to start about a lap down or so. How about the turnout we have here tonight for the last race of the season? 20 drivers joining us here. That's awesome. Keep your eyes peeled. We'll have a new schedule coming out very, very soon, and you can bet your bottom dollar that our annual Steve Freeze Memorial 250 will be coming up very, very soon. Michigan International will definitely be on the schedule. For those of you who aren't aware of Steve Freeze, he was one of those HORL old guards, and it meant a lot to us. The drivers like Tony Furtado, also Preston Hassel, and Will Dunbar.
It'll be one to go this time by.
A huge influence for us at HORL. I know I knew Steve since 2001, since really the inception of HORL in the Pappy Sim. Started doing pickup races on a Saturday and started growing into keeping points, and then we started doing Fridays and Saturdays. There was a little bit of Sunday action as well. And then, man, you started getting racing all throughout the week. Mondays, Wednesdays were huge with the truck series. And unfortunately, we lost Steve way too early in 2011. He had passed away of complications from cancer. So we definitely race with heavy hearts. Every time we come out, man, every time I come out, I think about Steve Freeze. A lot of guys have that a number 11 sticker on their car. And I want to say this Steve Freeze Memorial race that will be coming up will be a big one. 54, Ed Palumbo starts in that outside line. Dan Richter in the 6X car, he's up front now. Starts in the second position. Colin Madiak starts third. 82, Tim Lansbury's. That Skyline Chili Mustang there. He's in the fourth position. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to go green this time by. So we've got a little bit of worry here about caution breeding cautions. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Green flag, go, go,
All right,
go.
back to green. Here we go. We had a good green flag run. Green flag pit stops. And now back at it. And I think the intensity level has picked up a notch. Ed Palumbo on the outside line can try to get that train going. Look at that, Dan Richter slips there in front. He says, I like that outside line too. Ed Palumbo going to give that Mustang a little bit of a shot right there. Madiak in the 13 on the inside line. Ed Palumbo in the 54. Side by side there for the second position. Madiak getting a good run. Bardelli Jr. helping him. That inside line just does not seem to be the place to be. And Dan Richter, the race leader now. That 6X car, one of our Indiana boys. Preston Hassel and Todd Robillard here battling it out side by side. Preston Hassel on the inside line. The 90 car is up on the outside line. Preston Hassel in the 27 might have that 90 cleared, and he does come up. A little bit of communication between those guys, I believe. Lucas Symphony here in the 21 car. He's trying to make some moves. He's trying to make some noise here in this last race of the season. Madiak there trying to slip in. Lucas Symphony slamming the door. At 21. Definitely got to keep him on your radar, man. That Flex Seal sponsor machine, always a factor to win a race. He likes these types of tracks, too. Likes that fuel mileage stuff, saving tires, saving fuel. Let's see if it works out here for him. Paul Brown in the 77 trying to get himself back up front. He's got some work to do. Got a log jam in front of him right now. And look at that. Artavia in that 17, a little bit squirrel. Oh, man, that got tight. We got guys crashing, I believe. I don't hear it. Oh, we got a yellow flag, as a matter of fact. Yellow flag. We got a yellow flag here. 6X of Dan Richter will take the caution flag. The 54 of Ed Palumbo's second. Tim Lansbury third, Bardelli Jr. fourth, Simpner is in fifth. We'll see what happened here. See the 53's up high. And it looks like the 68. What happened to him earlier, he ends up taking that 53 car for a ride. So, oh, and then backing in. Oh, the 1X, just a hard lick. That 1X just had nowhere to go. Jim Willis on board here with him. He's going to get just creamed here. He's going to get the back end of his car taken out from under him right here. And you see Tony Furtado had nowhere to go. Christian Wilson does a great job of missing that, by the way. Tony Furtado had nowhere to go. Watch this, man. He's trying to get through this, and those guys sliding back up the track, and the door just closed on him. Christian Wilson, heads up move right there for him. What's this? This is going to be a lot of hurt for old Tony Furtado. That's neck brace territory right there. And hits that 53 car. He just had nowhere to go, man. I mean, that's just nature of the beast right there. And look at this move that Christian Wilson puts on. Watch this, man. Just heads up move. Just nothing but smoke right there. Gets off out of the gas, exactly what he needed to do, and does a great job of getting around. Back here live. We're definitely starting to wind down the laps here. We got 38 laps to go, and you might see some pit stops. I just don't know. Guys did just come off pit lane, but you know, some guys might be coming down pit lane and taking some fresh tires. So getting some open pit lane here. The 6X car. Let's see what he does. Stay out here for some track position or come down pit lane. Little. Oh boy, we got some shenanigans here. Tim Lansbury ducking down pit lane with Ed Palumbo. You see the 91 also. Man, Dan Richter is out there by himself right now, I believe. See the 82 ducking into his pit stall. 24 coming down into his pit stop as well. We haven't talked too much about Sean Jacobs here tonight. That 24 Western Auto sponsor machine. Take a look at him as he's going to try to get out here ahead of the 82. Looks like he does. And Sean Jacobs did 2-tire stop, I believe. Dan Richter, the leader.
Pit road will be open this time.
Six X car, Dan Richter has decided to stay out here while the rest of these guys, I think, coming down pit lane there. Peixoto, Simpner on pit lane. So we got some guys out here on a little bit older tires. You got some guys who've done a 2-tire stop. We got some guys who've done a 4-tire stop. So this is interesting. This is interesting to see how this pans out here. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow night at Michigan International. 90 laps, race number 8 of the season, so just 3 races to go in this season. And this is the Cup Cars, open setups, very fun series, and I think Michigan's a really fun track if it's done upright. I mean, it could be a little messy, but I think with these Cup Cars, it's going to be a lot of fun here. And, again, multiple groove track here. You might even see 3 wide racing there through the turns. So definitely 2 wide. I think you can make some passes there on the inside if you really do it upright. But it should be a fun one. So race number 8 coming your way, Saturday Night Thunder tomorrow in the High Octane Racing League SNT Series.
It'll be 1 to go this time by.
Dan Richter has elected to take the outside line. That puts Bardelli Jr. down on the inside line. Sean Jacobs starts in the 3rd position. Starts in that 3rd position. Colin Matiak is 4th. All right, interesting here. Lane choice of that 6X car. 91 starts on the inside. Remember, he's the points leader coming into tonight. Claudio Bardelli Jr. would love to win a championship. Got a huge win last week at Indianapolis. I mean, that was one of the most exciting races I've seen in a long time. But the fuel mileage and that long green flag run, and it really was an exciting finish. Colin Matiak really gave it a gallant effort. And those guys, all season long have seemed to be around each other. So 13 starting in the 4th position here this time by up on the outside. I think the outside line is really the place to be. Pace car is in. Here we go. Back to green. Dan Richter in the 6X car, the leader. Bardelli Jr. on that inside line. Will D coming in the chat session. He says Lucas Simper is going to win this race. Guy's getting crazy right there, man. 91, Bardelli Jr. getting out to the lead there. Dan Richter on those older tires. That 6X car. Bardelli Jr. now on the high line is Sean Jacobs in the 24, pressing the issue, and he's going to take that spot. Bardelli Jr.'s got a heck of a run. It's going to get tight right here. Those guys got into each other a little bit last race. Look at that. Arthur Vieta, he could be the spoiler here tonight, too. He's now taking the race lead. This is guys get a run on the inside, take the lead. Bardelli Jr. diving down to the inside, right ahead of the 82 car. 91 wants to get that car to the race lead. Is he gonna? Oh no! There's contact right there. Contact. Somebody got into the back of Archie Vieta, and he got sideways right there. They're 3 wide. It's going to get crazy here as Tim Lansbury now takes the lead. I can't keep up with it right now. Look at that, man. That is a traffic jam right there. That is a traffic jam. Is that now Tim Lansbury in the 82. This would be a big win for him, man. Now the leader. Got Jairo Leveda. He's up there in the front now. He wants to get a race win. He's down on the inside. Archie Vieta up on that outside line. Claudio Bardelli Jr. up on the outside line. Sean Jacobs now back to the, where's he at? He's back to the 7th position. Colin Matiak is in 9th up on the outside line. It is go time here. 30 laps to go. Todd Robillard here in the 90 car. Got a couple guys up there now that kind of work together a lot here, so things might have settled down there for 1, 2, and 3. The 82, the 90, and the 54. Those guys do a lot of laps together. Generally, you'll see them probably working together there. Last few laps, all bets are off. This is getting crazy here now. Dan Richter, the 6X, Preston Hassel in that 27 car. He's looking to get around Dan Richter. Remember, Dan Richter's on a little bit older tires. He did not pit. The rest of these guys pretty much came down pit lane. Neither did 2 or 4. That AMD Ryzen sponsored machine not able to get by. It looks like Jim Willis in the 53 is going to be able to get by. On board here with Preston Hassel. He jumps up there in front of Tony Furtado. Lucas Simpler and Paul Brown down on the inside. Those guys working together a little bit. Take a look at the 77. Paul Brown is trying to give Lucas Simpler a little bit of a shove. Flirting around with that line right there. Got to be careful. Don't lose the grip on that car and it slides up the track. Back up here with our leader, Tim Lansbury. Good to see Tim Lansbury up front here. Todd Robillard in second, Ed Palumbo third, Bardelli fourth, Archivieta is in fifth. Madiak, Jacobs, Oliveira, Richter, and Willis rounding out the top 10. Take a look at Chris Hughes here in the 7 car running in P15. Just behind him, Lucas Simpler in the 21. Chris Hughes. Talked a little bit about him this season. First season out here with HORL, and he's really shown a lot of savvy, a lot of really racing savvy, high IQ there on the track. Does all the right things, and I think a win is just around the corner for that number 7 car. Christian Wilson just ahead of him. Christian Wilson, another one of our young gun drivers. He has shown so much improvement this season in that 30 car. Tony Furtado, Paul Brown here side by side. Furtado in the 1X car, Paul Brown in the 77 car. Side by side, it's a traffic jam right there in front of Tony Furtado. Preston Hassel, Preston Hassel sliding that AMD Ryzen sponsor machine right there in front. That's going to cause Tony to get out of the gas. He had to get out of the gas there as Preston Hassel in that 27 car slid up the track there just a little bit. That is some crazy racing right now. Dan Richter in the 6X car. Looking out of the back of his machine, that side-by-side battle there with Paul Brown and Preston Hassel. Tony Furtado look like he wants to make it 3 wide down there. '21, Lucas Simpler. He's trying to get around Christian Wilson here. We got to go, man. We got to go. Lucas Simpler says, let's go, man. He's going to get around the 30 car. Paul Brown here in the 77. He's trying to get around that 17. Man, not much room there for the 77 car. That Outlaw sponsor machine. He's going to try to get around that 17 on the outside line. He's got a little bit of a nose there in front of the 17 car. 17 tucks in behind. Preston Hassel back there as well. Tony Furtado. How about that job Tony Furtado's doing tonight? His first race out. Look at this, the 77 continuing to make some moves. Dan Richter in that 9X up on the outside line to 77. Paul Brown making another pass here. Here he comes. 53, Jim Willis in his way. He says, hey, it is go time here. I got to catch up with that pack. Paul Brown on a mission here. He's had a tough night. Kind of a part-time racer here this season. He gets around. Dan Richter follows him through. These guys working that outside line. Jim Willis want to try to get back by. Lucas Simpler here continuing to make some moves. Tony Furtado, looks like he might be coming down pit lane. I'm not sure what's going on there with Tony. Looks like he is making a pit stop here. Tony Furtado has pit. So Furtado on pit lane. Go back up here with Tim Lansbury, the race leaders. Tony Furtado, I believe, is on pit lane here. Little strategy from the 1X car, maybe. He's coming back out off the pit lane here in the 1X car. He's making his pit stop. Tim Lansbury continuing the lead. Now, less than 20 to go. Tony re-entering the track there in that 18 car. Dan Richter indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Dan Richter on pit lane now. Gilmar Peixoto, looks like Richter, Oliveira, and Simpner all on pit lane. 82, Tim Lansbury, the leader. This is getting interesting, man. Green flag pit stops on the way. The 90, Todd Robillard in second. 54, Ed Palumbo is in third. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in fourth. Fifth place is Arthur Vieira. A little bit of a buffer there for Bardelli Jr. We'll take a look at Arthur. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, no, those guys pitting. Oh, no, Sean Jacobs on pit lane as well. We got a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag. Oh, my heavens. Wow, that is a game changer right there. Game changer. Some of these guys might be running a little bit low on fuel, too. Wow. Very, very interesting. Looks like Christian Wilson might have been involved in that. We'll see what happened here. Christian Wilson. Oh, he came off pit lane. He spun and then got the car into the wall. I think he just lost the back end of that. That 30 car just lost the back end and spun into the grass. And that Ford Mustang there really boogered up there. But see right here, he just loses the back end of that. I don't know whether he just downshifted or what, but that back end started coming around on him and he smacks the wall right there. See right here. And I don't know what happened there, but he just got on the gas is what it was. He got on the gas and broke it loose and got in the wall. A little bit of damage there, I'm sure, in the front end, but I don't think that's too bad. Tato, I think he was coming off pit lane. Actually, he came around, it looks like, as Christian Wilson was coming back up on the track. Dan Richter. So back to live here. 82, Lansbury still leading the field. So it looks like we got some pit stops here. Some guys are trying to get jostled around there. 82 making a pit stop there, and the 90 making a pit stop. So these guys have the luxury of making green flag pit stop, yellow flag pit stops here. That's good for them. Sean Jacobs is the lucky dog, so he's back on the lead lap. Wow, good one for him. Now the advantage of some of these other guys is they will get a wave around, I believe. Bardelli Jr. Is in the second position right now. So Sean Jacobs shown as the race leader. Now Sean has got to come down pit lane, so he was lucky dog. So the 24 car will have to make a pit stop here. Don't forget about the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series headed your way tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hockenheimring, great track in Germany in the Rhine River Valley. Interesting track, a little challenging track here, and I think you're going to see a lot of guys out for this race. This is a fun track for these guys. They love GT3 cars on the GP circuit at Hockenheimring. That's the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series coming up at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. And it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, it's going to be interesting here with Sean Jacobs. I think we'll have to go into the tail end of the field here, so we'll see. Looks like he is going to the tail end of the field, so he got the lucky dog. That puts the race lead in the 91's hands. Artur Vieta is in second, Palumbo third, Tim Lansbury fourth, Colin Matiak is in fifth. So I'll tell you what, man. Intensity level, you better start thinking about cranking that bad boy up here, because it is going to get interesting here with just about 10 laps to go. Once we get back on green, we'll have a little bit over 10 laps to go. What I said, man, the keys to the race: own the groove. The outside groove has been the place to be. Fuel management, man, you've had some green flag pit stops. Don't overdrive that car. Yeah, we've had some pretty aggressive driving here. And then pit stop guru, we've had some problems on pit lane, right? This guys speeding on pit lane, guys, getting some, having some problems coming off pit lane. So far panned out. Just want to thank Ricky Emerson for his help every week and providing us a little bit of background on what to expect. So the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts on the inside line. Artur Vieta starts on the outside line. And Palumbo starts on inside row 2, 82. Tim Lansbury starts in row 2 outside. Colin Matiak starts in the 5th position. Todd Robillard is 6th. So I think it's go time, man. Now you got to protect. Inside line, a little worried about that, especially if you're starting there a few cars back. So I'm not sure if I'm Colin Matiak, I'm not very comfortable down there in that low line. The lights are out on the pace car here. And let's see if we can't finish this under green. Good come down to the last lap. See those guys definitely in each other's zip code there. 91 and the 13. Got a little 54 is the meat in the sandwich. Artur Vieta, a little bit of a friend of the 91, so probably going to help him a little bit.
Go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. A little bit of shove. I think they may be there for the 54 car. The 91 gets a good run on the inside and clears that 4 car. Oh, Ed Palumbo looked like he had aspirations to getting up there in the high line. 91 climbs up there. Ed Palumbo in the 54 going to try to get through on the inside line. Colin Matiak in the 13. He's behind him. 54 slowing down there just a little bit, scrubbing off some speed. 91 and the 54 side by side through the tri-oval. This could get wild, man. Guys are going to start taking some chances here. 91, Claudio Bargelli Jr. If he wins this race, he wins the championship. 13, same deal for him. If he wins the race, he wins the championship. He is trying to get by. Ed Palumbo slamming the door on the 13. Claudio Bargelli Jr. has Archivieta behind him. That is good news for him. 17, Jairo Leveda getting around Gilmar Peixoto in a 3X car. 17 on the move here late in the race. He's trying to get some points here in this final race. Look at this, man. A little traffic jam for the 24. Preston Haas. Oh, 24 scrubbing off some speed, slamming the wall there just behind Jim Willis. A little bit of contact right there as he gets by Preston Hassel. 24 might have had some right side damage. He slammed the wall. Bargelli Jr. in the 91. Last week's winner at Indy. Archivieta is in second. Ed Palumbo in the Mellow Yellow sponsored Chevy Camaro in third. Colin Matiak in the 13 is in fourth. Matiak to the inside. Here comes Colin Matiak. He's on the inside line.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, yellow flag. Oh, my heavens. My heavens. What happened? The 91, the leader, and yellow flag. Uh-oh. The 91 will catch up to that pace car there. Take the pace car. Here on lap 94. Looked like 13 might have gained a spot there. He's now up to the third position. That potentially will put he and the 91 back to back there, depending on lane choice by the 91. See what that 91 does. I personally would. What would I do? Inside or outside? That's the next poll question. What would you do? Inside line or outside line here? Knowing that the 13 starting in the third position. What are you going to do? All right, let's see what happened here. Look at this, Gilmar Peixoto. This is almost 3 wide there. He looks like he's trying to squeeze through, get around the 1X car, and he gets into that 7 car. And then some more ancillary action there, and then 7 just kind of bounces back and gets into the 3X. So Gilmar Peixoto looked like he was trying to avoid. So there's pretty much 3 wide right there. It looked like he might have been just trying to avoid the 1X car. He gets into the 7, and then, the 7 just bounces back and gets into that 3X. So definitely initiated by that 3X car. There's not a lot of choice there for the 7. Well, I got to be wondering here. We got 5 laps to go. Are we going to end this thing under green? We got a new poll here. Let's put a new poll. Is it going to end under green? Yes or no? I say yes. I think it's going to be a yes here. So I tell you what, man, you know, the guys that are vying for a championship are right there in each other's postal code right now, the 91 and the 13. And it really comes down to lane choice with the 91. I kind of feel like that if I were the 91, I would go down to the bottom line there. That would, you know, Colin is going to start on the bottom line no matter what. The 4 car would then start on the outside line. Colin would be behind the 91. I don't know, man. It's a coin flip there. I know some of the guys are tons better than I am at driving. You know, I kind of wonder what they would do. I think the 13 car. He's pretty much a slave there to, I think, what the 91 car wants to do. But you know, this kid he's smart. He's smart. He's going to find a way to win the race. Anybody can. The whippersnapper can. Art Vieta just ahead. So keep in mind, those two guys kind of working together a little bit. Bardelli Jr. and Vieta, those guys have raced a lot of laps together. A couple of our Brazilian racers. And there's probably some communication there with those guys. Jomar Peixoto coming down pit lane here to serve his penalty for the accident. So that's a rule here in really all of the oval racing, stock car oval racing we have. If you cause the caution flag, you got to start at the tail end of the field. So they do that with the one to go, just before the one to go. They drive down pit lane. So Tim Matiak joining us in the chat session. He's answered the question, will we end this under green? He says probably not.
It'll be 1 to go this time.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, that's a little pessimistic. But he's probably right. See, the 91 elected the inside line, so I didn't send him a message, I promise. Colin Matiak is in second. Now, here's the thing. It's going to start in the third position. Art Vieta fourth. I'll tell you what, if Bardelli Jr. gets a run and goes up high, that's going to leave the door open for the 13 car. Tim Lansbury, he's in the mix as well. It's been a while since he's won here at HORL, so he's hungry as well. So you've got a lot of guys there. Ed Palumbo also hungry for a race win. These guys are like, hey, that's fine. The championship's wrapped up here between these two guys, but we want to get a race win here. And this would be a big one with a big field. You still got 18 drivers in this. So here we go, man. This is going to be fun. Bardelli Jr., the points leader. 13, Colin Matiak. Second in points, 2 points behind. Going to start in the third position here. Here we go, boys and girls. The pace car is off. This is for all the marbles. Here we go. Back at it. Get her there a little bit. Vieta there did not quite get the start that he wanted. Look at that, man. They're nose to tail locked Bardelli Jr., there you go. He slides up high, and that's going to leave the door open there, I think, for the 13 car. 13. Oh, the 82 going to try to slip through. They're 3 wide. Oh, the 82 slips through. That is not what Madiak needed. Oh, no, and he gets into the 54 car. And causes a big wreck here, it looks like. Those guys wrecking. Those guys wrecking. Oh, no. Oh, my heavens, man. We're going to have a green-white checker. Ah. What a bummer. We'll see what happened there, man. It looked like 54 and the 82 got together. See the 13 right there. It's the 54 up high, and Tim Lansbury sliding up here and gets into the 54 car. And then the 13 has nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. The 54 coming around, and then Christian Wilson just annihilates him. My gosh, the 13 also spinning. Watch here, and you see that Lansbury, the 82, slides up into the 82 car, and then nowhere to go for the 24. He makes it through, but man, what a melee right there. 77 gets crushed as well. Well, here Colin Madiak, and see that 82 just gets up into the 54 right there, and Colin had nowhere to go. He's sliding through the grass. He might end up getting hit here. No, it looks like he's okay. But man, Paul Brown got absolutely annihilated as well. It's Paul Brown here in the 77 car. You see that the 82 sliding up the track, and then Paul Brown gets tagged by the 54 as he slides up, and then down into Dan Richter. So Tim Madiak looks like he was right, not going to be the last caution flag.
Pit road will be open this time. Left closed.
So the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr., the leader, and now Colin Madiak finds himself back in the 13th position.
Pit road will be open this time.
So the 91, he is sitting pretty now. as it looks like Colin is now back to that 14th position. What a tough break there for him, man. You know, it's just some aggressive moves there by some drivers, you know, maybe not in that championship hunt. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2. Got 3 self-managed server packages available for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com.
It'll be one to go this time, bud.
Now, what are we going to do here, huh? 91, I think, sitting pretty here with the green-white checker. Is that a green-white checker? Oh, it's a green-white checker. Green-white checker. So what a way to finish the season. We're going to have a green-white checker here tonight. One attempt at this bad boy. Done pretty well here so far. We've got just 3 drivers out of the race. Been a pretty good race here. We've had a few cautions, but all in all, been a pretty decent race. Very fun. A lot of guys battling it out for position. Each and every position contested. Pace car is off. Here we go. Green, white checker.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Back to green, the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Just 2 laps for him to claim the championship.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
What a yellow flag. God. So, not going to win, not going to finish this under green. It's like maybe Spindola might have come around. Spindola might have come around. Let's see what happened here. Looks like the 68 car might have gotten up into that 13, and then comes around. Looks like a little bit of action there. So Claudio Bardelli Jr., I believe, is going to end up being our champion, huh? Probably not the way he wanted to win this championship in the last race here like this, but Hey, you know, a championship's a championship. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. So congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. winning the race and the championship. How about that? Congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. Wow. Heck of a run there. So Jim Willis giving him a little bit of a shove. This is what we got, man. We got a lot of good guys out here that you know, will, you know, look at that. Colin right there showing some sportsmanship. Maybe trying to rub a little bit of that 13 paint off on the 91. But congratulations to the 91. Colin going to thank him. So shows the class that Colin Matiak has right there. How about that, huh? What a heck of a run for Claudio Bardelli Jr. this season. Let's take a look at the session results here tonight. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets the race win and the championship. Arthur Vieira finishes in second. Todd Robillard finishes third. Dan Richter climbing back up there to finish in the fourth position. Sean Jacobs fifth. Jim Willis finishes in the sixth position. Preston Hassel finishes in seventh. Jair Leveda eighth. Chris Hughes finishes in the ninth position. Colin Matiak battles back for a 10th place finish. Tough break there for him. Finishing in P11 with Jomar Peixoto. Paul Brown finishes in 12th. Tony Furtado 13th. Ed Palumbo finishes in the 14th position. Javalo Spindola finishes 15th. Christian Wilson 16th. Lucas Simpler 17th. Tim Lansbury finishes in the 18th position. Tiago Gomez finishes in 19th. And Mr. Cunningham, Steve Cunningham, finishes in the 20th position. We'll have to teach him how to change his username. So Claudio Bardelli Jr., another win. We'll see if we can't change the screenshot here. So 2 wins in a row, 2 last those races to end the season, and this guy ends up winning 2 in a row. How about that?
Pit road will be open this time.
So congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. for getting the race win here at Atlanta. We'll see if we can't get the final point standings. That's not what we want. We want this one right here. Oh, no, that's not what we want. I'm a hot mess here, man. I had this all worked out. See if we got an updated points here. Updated points, I think we do. We can resize it to the right size, which I had already. There we go. That 382 to 367 final point standings. The Arthur Vetter finishes in the third position in points. Sean Jacobs fourth. Todd Robillard finishes in fifth. Lucas Simpner, Javaldo Spindle, Jim Willis, Christian Wilson, and Ed Palumbo rounding out the top 10 in points this season. So, well, good job to those guys. So the race win and the championship. We'll see if we can't get Claudio up here in the booth with us. So congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. on getting the championship in that 91 car. That team clicking on all cylinders, man. I tell you, that guy's just starting to click off wins. Pretty impressive. See if we can't get him up in the booth with us. Hey, Claudio Bardelli Jr., parabéns!
Obrigado, thank you, Heath.
Great race for you. You got the car up front when you needed to, but you had to be thinking about Colin Matiak on that restart there before the final caution, that he could give you a little bit of trouble. What was going through your mind?
I'm market calling, but I try to stay behind ahead the calling in the restarts in the race, but I try 1-2 points, try to get to finish the race ahead calling, but I guess I thinking only this.
Well, you had a really good season here with quite a number of wins. 2 wins in a row to finish out the season, too, Indianapolis and then here at Atlanta. Can you really give us a kind of a rundown of this season for you and how you felt, throughout the season of your chances to win a championship? Did you feel like you were really in a position maybe halfway through the season to win a championship?
Yes, but I feeling to win the championship. I try to win the races one more time for strategy, one more time for the race. But I try win. Colin is very hard opponent. It's very difficult doing Colin, but I try. This time I won. I win the championship. I win the race. I say thanks to my friends in Brazil, Arthur, JJ, Gilmar, and Givaldo, Thiago. I don't say the really this, but I win only. No helps for the, but it's the sense of the NASCAR, okay?
You have João Borges da Silva and João Marcelo in here in the chat session wishing you congratulations. What would you like to say to your fans out there that have been cheering you on here in the chat session and watching these races?
My friends, né? I invite the friends to TurnLeftTV, watch me. But I say thanks to HORL, to Heath Johnson, to Todd, to all drivers. It's funny to race, to run races here. I say thanks for all, for funny.
Well, congratulations, Claudio, and we definitely love having you race here. I definitely consider you one of my Brazilian brothers, and I appreciate your support for High Octane Racing League, and I love watching your live streams as well. I definitely get the notifications on my phone when your live streams are on, and I enjoy watching that. You race all kinds of different race sims, not just rFactor 2, so it just shows how much you love racing. And I want to say thank you again for supporting HORL, and congratulations. Enjoy this this championship, and we're excited to see you come back next season and maybe get a second championship in a row.
Thank you, Rich. I said two words in Portuguese, okay?
Absolutely.
Gostaria de agradecer a galera da NASCAR BR aí, todo mundo que estava junto, agradecer a minha esposa, my wife, Letícia, minha esposa que fica aqui me aturando, né? A galera da Rush, galera da Roda Presa aí, Jesus, Danilo, né? Todo mundo aí, pessoal da Rush, João, de Borjão, não vou lembrar todo mundo, Ricardo, não vou lembrar todo mundo aí, mas queria agradecer aí a galera que deu essa força, tá bom? Thank you, Rich.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next season, and maybe tomorrow night in the Saturday Night Thunder.
Yes, tomorrow I stay.
All right, man. Congratulations, Claudio.
Thank you, Reed.
All right, that's Claudio Bardelli Jr. I tell you what, one of the nicest guys on the track, man. Very good driver, very, very respectful driver, and what a great representative of that Brazilian contingent that comes here and races with us. We have a lot of Brazilian racers, and I talk to people that may watch my live streams or realize that I do some sim racing, and I said, man, I have there really isn't you would not be able to find a more passionate group of race car drivers than what you see coming out of Brazil. Man, these guys just eat, sleep, and drink racing. It's just incredible. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. Personifies, that great representative of that group. So congratulations to him. Well-deserved championship. And you know what? Hats off to Colin Matiak too, man. For not even just being a young guy, high school student coming out here and competing for a championship. And each and every race, I mean, guys have got him on their radar because they know how good that guy is. And you're going to see a lot of championships coming out of that team there with Colin Matiak. Art Vieta finishes third in points. Sean Jacobs fourth. Todd Robillard fifth. Man, just look at the talent at the top of that field. Lucas Simpner, Givaldo Spindler, what a great season there for him. He finished seventh in points. Jim Willis eighth. Christian Wilson ninth in points. Ed Palumbo finishes 10th in the points battle here. So, man, some really, really high-class, high-talent drivers competing in the series there. So very, very impressive win for activity for those guys, or participation out of those guys. Just incredible. So I've had a great season, man. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I'm excited to see what we got coming up. I know the Steve Freese Memorial 250 is coming up this next season, and expect that one to be a big one as well. And don't forget, we got some more racing headed your way this weekend. The High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be in action tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Hockenheimring. Should be a great battle there at that famous track there in Germany. And then tomorrow night, the Saturday Night Thunder, Claudio Bardelli Jr., can he get 2 wins back-to-back? This will be Michigan International at 90-lap race in the Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup Cars. It's race number 8 of the season, and it could be a big one. Michigan will draw a big crowd, no doubt about that. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2. 3 self-managed server packages available for you to choose from. No matter where you are in the world, you can choose EliteHostingUSA.com and hook yourself up with a server in your region. I'll tell you what, man, I want to say thank you so much for supporting High Octane Racing League. Great race here. Got a little messy on occasion, but a little messy finish, but very interesting race. Some green flag pit stops. And a battle down to the wire for the championship. Congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. Thanks to all those folks who come out and watch TurnLeftTV, who've supported TurnLeftTV, joined in the chat sessions. Boa noite to my friends in Brazil and my friends here in the United States and Canada. Thank you so much, and hello to you guys too. And please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up button, share the videos with all your friends, and don't forget to support me by clicking on the link down in the description of this race and following that over to the Fanatec website. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can do so by clicking on the link up in the banner of the channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. that's going to do it for me here tonight. And congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the championship. And you know what that means. I'm out of here.